Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. Just want to make a quick video to talk about what's going on in this graphics card market right now. The 4090 has surpassed my expectations. I thought it was going to be more of a, I didn't think it was going to be a paper line. I just thought it wasn't going to be as hot as it turned out to be, because when you look at all of the marketing material, it was all focused around DLSS. It was focused around just really things that nobody really cared about, right? So I thought rasterization performance they were trying to hide it. And maybe it wasn't as good. Maybe it was like 20% to 40% better in some games, but that wasn't the case, right? So what really ended up happening is rasterization kicks ass. Like, it's amazing on this card. So I think a lot of people saw it, and maybe that was NVIDIA's strategy, being that the card was going to start at $1,600, is to get everybody excited by the results themselves. If that was in fact the idea, because I don't know why you would not highlight how big of a jump this rasterization performance actually was, right? I mean, in some cases at like certain resolutions, it's like nothing. It's, I don't know, it's like going from a 3080 to a 3090. It's like 10 extra frames. But in other situations where you're not either CPU limited or, you know, something along that lines, you're getting like double the FPS, which I don't understand why NVIDIA didn't just say, hey, this is what it could look like in certain situations, but rather they went the route of, this is DLSS 3 and this is what it looks like with ray tracing turned on. So I don't know, that was strange to me. But really, y'all gotta be paying attention to Amazon. The 3090 Ti was on the 10th, $999 for the Zotac model. It was an early Prime Day sale. But when you look at it today, it's $1,600. So it's the same cost as buying a full-fledged 4090 if you were able to get one, right? So I think it's just the response to the 4090's success as far as sales go. I don't know if they're like hoping to catch some of that. People just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to go through what happened in 2020, 2021 and just essentially buy, excuse me, whatever's in stock. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think $1,600 for a 3090 Ti is nuts. Like, it's literally back to the prices that we were getting 4 months ago or 3 months ago, where it was like high 15s to 1,700 depending on the model. But yeah, it's just very strange. The way I was able to get mine was kind of different too. I think it's just because there wasn't really a demand for the scalpers to try to get cards for miners, right? So right now the scalpers are really trying to just get the cards because it's a high ticket item. Just like you saw some 7950Xs that ended up on eBay for no reason, really, because I mean, you can order it everywhere. But I think they were banking on the fact that it would be like Ryzen 5000, because I remember the 5950X was selling for like $1,300 on eBay, but they were actually selling because they sold out everywhere. But the 4090 is a little different. It's not something that, like I said, you can mine some crypto on it, but I don't think the main coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's just not looking good for that whole industry. I don't even think you can mine Ethereum anymore. So that whole market that the scalpers used to sell to is gone. And really, they just got to focus on gamers. But I'm still seeing these cards on eBay for $2,400 up to like $2,700, $2,800, which is funny because it's like, it just reminds me of, you know, what it was like in 2021 when crypto and gamers were trying to get their hands on these cards. But hopefully they iron it out. We start to get some restocks. I don't know what Micro Center is looking like. It seems like on launch day, you know, if you were able to stroll in even after the original launch, it wasn't available throughout the whole day from the stories I'm seeing at the like Classical Technology of people that went there. But they were able to get a 4090. It might not have been the model they liked or that they wanted. And again, I'll tie back to how I got mine. But they were able to get one, right? So the way I got mine, I had been trying that morning to get it through the phone. And a lot of times the app is just fine, right? So that's what they tell you to do. I went to Best Buy on their app. They put me in a queue. It just said sold out. I think I'm done with Best Buy. I think the only thing I'll get from there is like things that are in stock in the store, right? Like if I needed a PSU, I'll go get the code from Amazon or the price from Amazon and get them the price match. But outside of that, I think I'm done with them. Just because I've never had a good buying experience on any of these cards, period, flat out. Unless it's like one of those restocks where you can be on site, but I work Monday through Friday, so that's not even targeted to me. And I'm not taking off work so I can go try to buy a graphics card, right? you know, that's how you afford these cards, is you got to work. So kind of hustling backwards there. But anyways, I went to Newegg. I tried to use the app. It didn't work. It kept giving me the errors. I couldn't check out. That was the big issue, right? And I was like, it's probably going to be like the 3000 series. Too many people trying to buy it at the same time. You know, it is what it is. I'll probably pick it up another day. I was good, right? Like I got 3090 Ti. I did sell my 6950 XT though, you know, because I can't just swing an entire new card like that. So I had to get rid of one of them. Ideally, I would have liked to get rid of my 3090 Ti, but I have a lot of work that's coming up, and on that second rig, I need to be able to edit videos. So, and it's not for YouTube, so just a lot of work that I needed a more reliable card, because I've been having, you know, the inverted color issues with the 6950 XTs. But I went on a tangent. Bringing it back, I had to use the browser, and I had to set up PayPal as my checkout method on Newegg. So the way that worked is essentially I tried to ring out, it showed it in stock on the browser because I gave up on the phone. And it failed the first time. The second time though, it worked. So the second time it remembered when I put my PayPal, and it just asked me for the shipping. So I picked 2-day shipping and checked out, and it was easy. It was so easy that I thought that it was fake. And I got the Gaming X Trio. So there was like 3 models that I wanted. It would either be the Gaming X, the Supreme, or the Strix, right? So the Strix is like, it was like not last ditch effort, but, and the Tough. I was okay with the Tough. I kind of liked the way the Tough looked. But I was okay with those 4 models because I had given up on Best Buy, so I knew I wasn't going to get a Founders Edition. This was what it was. But I actually got the Gaming X Trio, like I said. And just the second time I went through, Newegg remembered my checkout method, which was PayPal. Pick the date, and that was that. So I don't know what it's looking like. I tried to get signed up for stock drops, because last time I was able to get my 6900 through stock drops, but it seems like maybe once the demand died and cards were just available everywhere, that I don't know what happened to stock drops. You can't get in the Discord anymore, so I'm assuming it's gone. The Twitter hasn't been updated since like March when the 3090 Ti's launched. So again, I'm assuming that stock drops is gone. But yeah, let me know if you were able to secure a 4090 Ti. There's a channel called Purology, smaller creator. He's about to cross 1,000. If you enjoy benchmark videos, whether it's 1440p or 4K of FPS games, very similar to my content, which is why I'm very comfortable recommending that if you're going to be an active viewer and you want to consume more benchmarks, maybe from multiple places, but may not necessarily want to be looking at some of the big channels like Testing Games or 4Gamers, things like that. Definitely check him out, because he does post quite frequently. He's got a 7700X right now. He also has a 7950X, 12900K. I don't know if he still has that though. But anyways, there's a nice variety of hardware if you're trying to see potential performance, right? Because that's usually how I try to do things. I try to look and see what the performance is going to be by typing in, 4090, 7950X Warzone. So again, you may have already seen some of his content, but hopefully we get to a point where, he and I can work together. Seems like a pretty chill dude from the conversations I've had, but go ahead and check out his channel. I'm going to link it in the description, and I will catch y'all on the flip. Be easy.